Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe and the full line of Trek-Lite lockboxes. Affordable security for home or travel. Get 15% off with code SUSA15 at snapsafe.com. Car collectors dream of discovering a barn find, an old and forgotten Cobra or Ferrari that's worth huge dollars. Well, it can also happen for gun collectors, the discovery of the actual value of an old family heirloom. That's the case for one rare 1911 that is now one of history's guns. History Remembered and sponsored by the Civilian Marksmanship Program. The M1911 Government 45 has been sending lead downrange for more than 100 years, since before the First World War and well after the Second. It is one of the world's truly classic firearms and possibly the most famous military pistol ever. But just before the United States entered World War II, a very few 1911s came from a source that might surprise you, the Singer Sewing Machine Company. The U.S. military asked Singer to do a test run of 500, the smallest order of 1911s ever actually delivered to U.S. forces in the field. And 500 was all they made. Singer decided they'd do better producing other war materials like artillery sights and rifle parts. The Singer 1911s were issued to Army Air Corps flight crews, including C-47 transport pilot Sam Logan of Nashville. He sent pictures home of himself carrying that very pistol.
The gun was issued to him in early 1942 after he completed his training down at Mitchell Field. And then he flew C-47s, transport planes, moving troops from England to North Africa for the invasion into Sicily.
Captain Logan brought his 1911 home from the war and gave it to his brother. The pistol eventually came back to Sam's son, David Logan, and David had it for over 40 years before he realized it was anything more than his dad's old Army gun.
It was just a 45 that I kept and shot occasionally.
And that was all it was, until one day David and his brother got curious.
He said, "Have you ever looked up the serial numbers on this?" And I said, "No, I never have." And he said, "Well, hey, let me get your computer out." So we pulled it out and he started doing it. And when I told him it started with an S, he went, "Oh, hold on, that's big. What's the number?" I said, "It's S00364. And he said, "Man, that thing is worth a fortune."
Captain Logan's 1911 and the few other surviving Singers are indeed worth a lot of money. At least $30,000 or $40,000. Way more for this one, and they've gone as high as $400,000 at auction. Collector and 1911 expert Scott Gayheimer owns Sam's pistol now. He says he wouldn't take $300,000 for it. And anyway, it's not for sale. So how do you know if your old 1911 is a rare and costly Singer? Well, here's the first sign. If the markings say Singer, it's a fake.
You know, you'll have someone walk up if you're exhibiting at a gun show, and they say, "Yeah, I had a Singer," or "We had a Singer in our unit." Well, how did you know that? Well, it said Singer on the slide. Well, they don't say Singer on the slide. They say S Manufacturing.
The final inspection mark just above the magazine release will read JKC. The P proof mark on top of the slide will face away from the shooter, not toward. And the serial number on a genuine Singer will start with an S. The number will be between 800,001 and 800,500.
There's the S800. This one is 364.
For me, it was a gift from my dad that gave me a lot of pleasure over the years of my life.
David Logan says he had a lot of good times shooting that old .45 before he knew it was so valuable. And selling it brought him an inheritance that he would never have had any other way.
I feel like it's a kind of a way that he reached through the past to gift me something.
The .22 Advanced Rifle Cartridge easily outperforms all other .22 caliber cartridges in its class, producing .22 250 performance in an AR-15 platform. The .22 ARC is engineered to take full advantage of the most aerodynamic .22 caliber bullets. This means tighter groups, increased accuracy, and an exceptional shooting experience. .22 Advanced Rifle Cartridge from Hornady.
Thanks again for tuning into the Shooting USA YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed the content. A couple of notes. Make sure you take advantage of SUSA15 at snapsafe.com. That's our discount code that saves you 15% on anything from SnapSafe, and that gets to be some big money when you start talking about modular safes and vault doors. Also, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our new content. As always, a like and a comment helps us with that algorithm.